There's a lot of power. We must prepare our own alternatives to save our brothers who are trapped in penal warehouses without a purpose or mission in life. Death or incarceration has been the most widely used exit from our frustration. We must begin to prepare our exit. If we do not prepare our own alternatives, save ourselves, we will continue to be shuffled in and out of these human warehouses. I'm going to say it again. If we do not prepare our own alternatives to save ourselves, we will continue to be shuffled in and out of these penal warehouses. Anyone who supports or condones the systematic warehousing and destruction of our people is in essence an enemy by allowing themselves to become tools of this system. These people perpetuate it and its inherent evil. Liberals are just as guilty as the extreme right, because by tolerating these injustices, by adjusting to society's discrimination and simply remain silent, they compromise their own integrity and allow the evils of this system to endure. Now, let me back up for a minute. By adjusting to society's discrimination and by simply remaining silent, they compromise their own integrity and allow the evils of this system to endure. That is powerful. Y'all take that in. Look at it later. Please go back. What? However, more important than knowing who the enemy is knowing what the enemy is. Illiteracy is our number one enemy. Our lack of education has been designed by this system with the specific intent of keeping us unaware of our true potential. And I'm going to read that again. Illiteracy is our number one enemy. Our lack of education has been designed by this system with the specific intent of keeping us unaware of our true potential. Let me highlight something for you and what we mean by this. Specific intent of keeping us unaware of our true potential. Our history, our black history, has been stolen, it has been destroyed, it has been burned. Why? Keep you knowing where you come from, because your heritage, where you come from, is rich. Not in monetary, but rich in power. Rich in the things that they were able to do because they were not illiterate. They were educated people. So they don't want you to know where you come from, because then you can't better plan where you're going, because you don't know what your history is. And they do it to us through illiteracy. And we have to see that because we, our own selves, won't pick up books. When I first listened to prison system in 1971, from 1971 to 2006, I was in that system. When I first listened to that prison system, well, there were no books. That wasn't even a library. My mother sent me this book, I can't think of the name of it, but a black brother wrote it. They sent the book back. Sent other books, they sent it back. I had a friend who said we played one magazine. I got that. And it showed that this is where they want your mind so focused at. In this mess, with this mayhem, the naked women, and look at this, consumption consume your brain with that. And you can go buy a sale and they ain't got nothing but white men class what they want. That's all they would let us have. See? That put nothing on your mind, bro. But a book on how to learn how to sew, how to learn how to cook, how to learn how to repair your house. That's a way. That's helpful to you. That's more helpful to you than Playboy magazine with naked white women. And y'all think about that. Because some of y'all are sitting there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They wasn't no book, man. We didn't have books. Later, that came after we learned, became literate, and learned how to pick up that pen. Then all that came later. Otherwise, it didn't make sense. Let me continue. A, awareness. P, parents. W, who is the enemy? W, what is the enemy? A-P, W, W, awareness. The proper knowledge for our purpose is an invaluable asset to our success. Yet, many of us are still in the dark or unsure about what is the proper knowledge for our purpose. Some of us are still chasing the ghost of Donald Gordon, never becoming aware of the fact that proper knowledge is proper knowledge. Knowledge that is designed to rebuild lasting bridges between us and our community. The proper knowledge for our purpose is that which helps us to fully understand just how these bridges came to be destroyed in the first place. Awareness of ourselves and our true condition is invaluable to the success of our new concept. Awareness awakens us to the fact that we must cease fooling ourselves that we are living our own life. Oh, we're not. Whereas, for the most part, our lives are being lived for us by forces of which we are unaware, of which we often do not understand, and of which we have very little control over. For example, our lifestyles were only an action to an environmental condition. The ghetto. Ghetto, with its overcrowdedness and unending insanity, provides an enticing place for crime of all sorts. The ghetto throws a desperate and unhappy people into an unbearable closeness, thereby increasing potential friction, giving birth to never-ending quarrels of accusation and vindictiveness, which produces gang-banging personality. Black-on-black crime is on the rise. Drug addiction is an epidemic. Incurable diseases, AIDS and herpes and of late Ebola, have become common, and chaos is everywhere. Look around you. While all the above is going on, we are forced to witness the controllers of this place being caught in lies of fraud and deceit. For example, when the bubbles in California, the Bloods and the Crips organized a peace treaty to stop the violence and save those black lives in Los Angeles, California, what occurred? The FBI caught the police in full gear going through the neighborhoods doing drive-by shootings. But yet, they say they're tired of the violence in our community. Then why do you try to continue it? The reason is they benefit from the chaos in our community at our expense. We don't understand that. We don't have the understanding or the wisdom or the knowledge to be able to see that. And that creates a problem for us and our people, because we will always be subjected to that condition unless we raise our levels of illiteracy. And it touches me deeply, man. You know, each time I go through something, these are things that occur then, these are things that occur now. Well, will it stop? Brother, how long we going to keep doing what we're doing and not be concerned about getting our lives together so we can do better? Because if we do better, then we can teach those in our community to do better. And then what happens to our community? Our community becomes better. Let it continue. Pay close attention. By your side. Structure of our children. Fratricide. Brother. Killing brother. Homicide and genocide. The total destruction of a race or group of people has become the order of the day. You see it in the streets. And you get given that. Why? Why? That's life. No matter that it's black. So concentrate these pressures and tensions and inject them into our individual personality, causing most of us to become opportunistic, parasitic, and exploitive of our own parents. Well, it's funny how this comes out, because we had really that same conversation earlier this morning. It's absolutely amazing. So, you know, this can't be made up. Because of this, one can clearly why we have not been in control of our own destiny. By plugging into our new concept and its inherent program of awareness, we can gain a clearer grasp on our problems and a more intelligent understanding of how to solve. In this manner, awareness not only helps us to survive as an organization, but it allows us to hold fast and steady during these times of change. It allows us to grow, to develop, and to gain mastery over our own destiny in freedom, as well as in free society. We are surrounded by fools, degenerates, and phonies. And I'm going to say it again. In prison, as well as in free society, we are surrounded by fools, degenerates, and phonies. We suffer a constant. We suffer a constant bombardment of nonsense from all sides. 24 hours a day, our senses must endure the shock of these attacks from the lunatic fringe. Most of us want to resist this madness, but do not know how we should go about doing it. We are aware of it, but confused by it because we allow ourselves to get caught up in it. Being caught up in some sort of madness happens when a brother lacks a full commitment to our new concept, teaching that awareness is a product of study and observation of any given situation by not getting caught up in it. Let me go back to it. Let me go back to it. Being caught up in some sort of madness happens when a brother lacks a full commitment to our new concept teaching that awareness is the product of study and observation of any given situation by not getting caught up in it. Once this is internalized, the more rapidly our present environment will slip away from us, and the more rapidly our potentials will turn into reality. As our growth and development turns faster, we will not only be pressured to devote more mental resources toward thinking about the future, but also to expand our mental horizon to be able to see basically how much more beautiful, glorious, and peaceful our future will be under the new concept. Of course, some individuals may project themselves so far into the future for such long periods of time that their hopes, dreams, and anticipation may become escapist fantasy. However, far more common would be those individuals whose anticipations are so thin and short-range that they will be continually surprised and flustered by our change. And let me say this again, because you can see that. However, far more common will be those individuals whose anticipations are so thin and short range that they will be continually surprised and flustered by our change. Even though the awareness level of our organization has not, nor will not change overnight, the emergence of the new concept was surprisingly sudden. And for this reason, real mobilization may occur much sooner than our past disorganization would suggest. And it has. And we see that as we look around the country. However, I'm going to say it again. However, be aware that when the system finds that we have become aware of who we are, and with that awareness, then understand who they are, they will stop at nothing in efforts to destroy us. Therefore, our next level of growth and development has to be preparedness. What time is it? I don't know. Nobody knows. But even the blind and hard of hearing know that it is very late and the road ahead is long and rocky. So evidently, it is time to prepare. Our new concept teaches us that our organization is based upon positive, organized growth and development. Growth and development builds in stages. It is cool and romantic. It is stalking and being stalked. It is consistent, rising above our level of intelligence to repress us. And our membership learning how to counter their repression and again pull ourselves above their efforts to destroy us. Because of this, we must be in a constant state of preparedness. Now, I'm going to read that again. Listen carefully. The new concept teaches that our organization is based upon positive, organized growth and development. Growth and development builds in stages. It is cool and romantic. It is stalking and being stalked. It is the system rising above our level of intelligence to repress us, and it is our membership learning how to counter their repression and pull ourselves above their efforts to destroy us. Because of this, we must be in a constant state of preparedness. Our past appeals to power structure has done us no good. How ridiculous we must have seemed when we expected government agencies to investigate the wrong crimes against us by this system. We must learn that our past mistakes and realize that the only thing that power understands is more power, not necessarily destructive. We have the power. However, what can be accomplished tomorrow is on how well we prepare ourselves today. What can be accomplished tomorrow is on how well we prepare ourselves today. Preparedness does not come by itself. Neither time nor desire alone will ensure our being prepared against all opposition. Preparedness is not a gift, but a victory. In order for us to be prepared against all odds, we have to work hard, strive and toil, combat the negativity of our environment, and rebuild our financial status. We educate ourselves and properly educate our youth to do adverse circumstances and situations at all times and be ideologically alert. Now I'm going to read that again. Preparedness is not a gift, but a victory. In order for us to be prepared against all odds, we have to work hard, strive and toil, combat the negativity of our environment, rebuild our financial status, we educate ourselves and properly educate our youth, and to do adverse circumstances and situations at all times, and at all times be ideologically alert. And brother, this is what we discussed in terms of fundraising. That helps to get us to some type of financial status. Then we can attack some of the ills in our environment. Because when you go right now, when you leave out here and go to City Hall and ask for something from the neighborhood, we're not going to get it, brother. But we have our own finances in order to attack those City Halls. We can put little baskets all up and down and plug ourselves because of our concern for our community, no matter what they do. In the positive thinking morale letter, 3 steps of preparedness are explained. They are: 1, find the problem. 2, propose solutions. And 3, propose steps by which we can organize and struggle to reach the solutions. Discussions and dialogue, cut and plus of arguments, will greatly help us to clarify our thoughts and begin to see more plainly the problem for which we must prepare ourselves. One of our problems is that most of us are more ready to die for our struggle than we are prepared to study, think, analyze, plan, and organize. However, die for our cause is a one-shot deal. To live for this struggle demands that we take on a more difficult commitment of changing our day-to-day lifestyle. It is a proven fact that the most strongest and most durable organizations are based upon the maximum educational, economical, political, and social development of its members. Let me read that again. It is a proven fact that the most strongest and most durable of organizations are based upon the maximum educational, economical, political, and social development of its members. For this reason, we must put all our time and energy into developing ways and means by which we can build, learn, grow. And there's only one way to do that, brother, and that's go to school. I'm going to tell you, this better not leave this room. I'm 63 years old. I'm 35, I understand. But I still go to school. You know why I go to school? Because the education that I had 10 years ago is not relevant today. You understand what I'm saying? And then if I didn't continue, that means that I'm stuck right here. Now, that education I got in 1995 seems an advance up here. Now, either I pick myself up and prepare and move on up there, I'm going to stay right here. Our new concept is a sanctuary in which a sincere and serious brother can examine his problems, work towards solving them, go out and experience the solution, return to our thinkers and planners for more work if needed, and eventually arrive at the assurance that he is now prepared to be a trajectory for strength, inner freedom, and maturity in the community. Still, some of us try to sort of slip and slide from day to day, hoping that no one will ever make us face our brothers. We cannot afford to fail to realize that internal discipline is the only thing that can prepare us for the external forces that are planning our systematic destruction. Now, I'm going to read that again. Brothers and sisters, we cannot afford to fail to realize that internal discipline is the only thing that can prepare us for the external forces that are planning our systematic destruction. To be prepared for anything, you must make it to the central point in your life. It must come first. Because if you try to act without sufficient preparation, you will undoubtedly fall into unnecessary. There's one power which no force of opposition can destroy. And that power is the enthusiasm and determination of a prepared people. Therefore, our measure of preparedness will only be significant when we can be mobilized to act in unswerving unison on any matter designated by the leadership. Note, remember and study the system of the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Now I'm going to say it again. Proper preparation prevents poor. Don't properly prepare in anything you do, you're going to perform for it. Listen to this. If you properly prepare, you know what? We continue. 2 is there. The October 28, 1982 letter regarding the awareness session document gave us a brief outline of who the enemy is. When we are defined by those other than ourselves, the qualities assigned to us is usually not in our best interest. Rather, they reflect the roles that our adversaries intend for us to play. To add insult to injury, they would like for us to believe that the only way for us to relieve our condition is through the government. The same government agency in which in fact profits from our incarceration. Obviously, we are faced with the need to organize some inner-outer defenses to open the abuses of this system. Who is the enemy? Are the who spread this system? Churches. The enemy are the ones who spread this system. Churches, principles of deceit, negativity, indoctrination, and brainwashing. Those who indulge in the criminal activity of teaching submission, fear, and love for an enemy, who hates the very color black and is determined to commit genocide on a national scale. In the midst of a hostile, racist nation whose racism is rising to the surface at a phenomenal speed, who of us is still so blind to our struggle for education, economical, political, and social development that they are continuing to function in futile, petty ways? We will not succeed until we fully understand the fact that the enemy is aware, guides, determined, and mercilessly counterintelligent. We must begin to understand that the mental acrobat of this system attempts to explain away the existence of our ability to change does not end when we are released. The mental acrobats are political in nature and are designed to discredit our movement through the news media by reducing it to the concept of a game in the eyes of the general public. For us to witness of this level of trickology, yet do nothing to combat it, is self-destructive. Ultimately, we will find ourselves or our loved ones continually being the victims of these unjust conditions. We must begin to realize that the main goal of this system's mental acrobat of trickology is to keep us coming back to prison. Because of this, no one fights as hard to remove and relieve this situation as us, we who suffer from it. For centuries, this country's favorite and most effective strategy to conquer people has been keeping them fighting among themselves. The divide and conquer technique is not merely accidental, it is an organized tool of destruction. Our knowledge of this be liberated from form of destruction to still our hearts with an obsessive desire to become more organized and unified. Instead, as soon as our anger subsides, we allow our adversary to move in and retake the ground it has been forced to give up. We must fear this mistake far more than the strategy of our adversary. In order for us to grow and develop, we must face and overcome these challenges. However, in order for us to face these challenges realistically, requires power, thorough understanding of who our enemies are. As Malcolm X once stated, and I paraphrase, when someone misuses you, defend yourself. If you are inclined, if they are inclined to continue to misusing you, you move from the defensive to the offensive. Because our struggle is one of intellect, we must become intellectually offensive in our attack on these problems. Becoming intellectually offensive is what our new concept is all about. What is the enemy? Exactly what is our enemy? Is it man, beast, automation, or technology? It's none of the above. The most formidable of all our foes resides in the uncharted recesses of our minds, and it's called illiteracy. I'm going to read it again. Exactly what is our enemy? Is it man, beast, automation, or technology? It is none of the above. The most formidable and it is called illiteracy. How do you overcome illiteracy? Educate yourself. Got confused. You ain't got no school in class. But you're keeping your mind working. Consider that level of illiteracy. You do 5 words yesterday. Constantly working. You know 20 words today. And it goes on and on and on. And that's why we make education an important part of whatever it is that we do. Illiteracy and inhibits the mind and heart of most men, causing them to be incapable of acting their defense when confronted with a problem that requires thinking, planning, analyzing, and organizing. When our illiteracy allows us to be fooled and lulled into captivity by thinking that Uzi, nickel-plated 45, and neon lights at night is where the action is. Our illiteracy allows the soft music, the hard rap from ghetto discotheque, and donut wheel gangster leans to serve as bomb to our thwarted hopes. It destroys our highest dreams. It brutally suppresses our much-needed change. Our illiteracy keeps us in a coma, while social injustices continue to sweep the neighborhood asphalt from under our feet, landing us in the human warehouses called prison. Each one of us carries in our mind not merely a picture of ourselves at present, self-image, but also a set of pictures of how we wish to be in the future. Illiteracy is what keeps that picture from becoming a reality. The task of bringing our leadership vision to reality can only be accomplished by the thoroughness of our organization to heighten the intellectual level of its members. The vision is a call for us to leave protecting familiarity of the old concept and step boldly and proudly in the positive possibilities inherent in the new concept. The vision is a vision of true freedom. It involves the confrontation of the unknown, illiteracy, and the untried organization. We should never make it easy for our enemies, illiteracy, by relaxing. So, at this stage of our growth and development, examples are crucially important, and only cowards give up when the odds look bad. However, the dedicated know that they are right in attempt to win no matter what the odds are. Therefore, it is the purpose of this book to expose what the enemy is. Nevertheless, it is another thing to destroy this enemy. It has been the former that much of our activity and thought has been concerned with in the past. Yet, it is the latter that we must concern ourselves with now. In order for us to practice this system and to allowing us to pursue our true interest of growth and development, ours has to be a better system. We have to be confident of ourselves. We cannot allow embarrassment or shyness stand in our way to true freedom from the business. The vision of our struggle is for us to merge our personal development with the educational, political, social development to the point where they are no longer separate. These things, often impossible, turn out to be very possible when certain unknown forces are brought into action. Our new concept brings into action these certain unknown forces by which we can free ourselves from these chains of illiteracy. However, it is not by chance that we are changing. There is no accident in our leadership's plan. We are here on this earth for a definite purpose. Y'all need to wait. All right. Chapter 5. The universal laws of existence. Universal law is aware that there are 360 degrees of love, life, loyalty, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in all peoples of the earth. That life has within it the accessory strength to gather from itself all that is needed for its growth and development. Number 1, the law of love. The law of love is that which recognizes the good in others, even when they are hidden behind shields of negativity, ignorance, and stupidity, even when they are covered by the mask of greed, lust, and power. The law of love is that which allows us to see beyond these barriers to the potential good which lies hidden and awaits freedom from the deep imprisonment of falsehood. Today, in the higher animal world, there is only one option: humankind. The two most important things that separate humankind from the lower animal world are: 1, mind. Man's ability to think and feel from those thoughts and recognize that within him is essence of something greater than himself. 2, soul. That part of us which records and stores every thought, deed, action, attitude, and emotion that we have ever committed. Based upon the record of our love, the soul then guides us into the unique position of receiving our just reward of punishment of our past deeds, thoughts, attitudes, and emotions. For this reason, humankind's first law of existence is as love, the ability to treat others in the same manner that you want to be treated. 2, the law of life. The law of life is the awareness that who and what you are today is the sum total of your thoughts and deeds of the past. It is that which supplies the energy and creative purpose. The law of life is like the pen of a writer who carves stories out of nowhere. With his pen, he creates different situations, creates his own boundaries, creates the shapes and forms of many characters, creates the limitations that confine him, and he can create new concepts that will expand his limitations and release them from confinement. The law of life gives us the ability to constantly create, recreate, and procreate life. In this manner, we are free to create our own destiny. However, freedom is not the final stage of life, for none of us are truly free until each one of us is totally free. From a religious standpoint, we are born physically as a man, mentally, mind, and spiritual as soul. Threefold. Man is the physical and a perfect living example of an essence greater than himself. Through mind, man has built that which he is. Through soul, man will forever be conscious of receiving those rewards or punishments which he has built through mind. And in man, the flesh, we experience that which we have built through mind as good or bad, and through old soul as failure or growth. Mind is the building. That which we think, we become. That which we are, we reflect. That which we reflect, we are judged by. Positive or negative. Soul is that which urges our will to make certain decisions, which will guide us into the unique position of receiving our just reward or punishment from life. For in soul, you will find an image of the one creative force, our inner essence. For this reason, humankind's second law of existence deals as life. You will only get from life that which you put into it. I'm going to say it again. You will only get from life that which you put into it. If you put nothing into life, then you can what? Expect nothing from life. It's just that simple. 3. The law of loyalty. The law of loyalty is based upon service and cooperation by promoting harmony and agreement. To manipulate, trick, or force a person to act in harmony and agreement is not true loyalty and will only disrupt established areas of unity. So I'm going to say it again. To manipulate, trick, or force a person to act in harmony or agreement is not true loyalty and will only disrupt established areas of unity. Therefore, a person's loyalty must be given free and willfully if it is to amount to anything. In essence, the law of loyalty states that two people working in cooperation have the power of 4 people working individually, and 3 people working in cooperation have the power of 9, and 4 people working in cooperation who have the power of 16, etc., etc., etc. In other words, when we as a group agree upon a certain direction, that direction will have the power of many times the number of people involved, thereby making that particular group of people a power to be reckoned with. Whereas that same direction can be held by an individual. He alone would not be recognized as being a power to be reckoned with. Thus, our understanding of the law of loyalty is necessary to our becoming such a power. The most important degree of the law of loyalty is service. Physical service in the physical is defined as obedience and cooperating jointly with others. In the higher sense, it is when you are unselfish and allow yourself to be a channel through which good may flow through others. Whatever the case, action is necessary to put service into operation. Loyalty service is that which brings us together for a common cause and allows us to cooperate in unified action for the purpose and realization of a common goal. Everything in existence serves a purpose. There is nothing under the sun, nor in the unknown reaches of the universe, that is not in service to the organized scheme of things. To everything, there is a season and a time for every purpose. True service is not a sudden outpouring of energy. Rather, it is a long-term commitment and dedication to fulfilling your life's purpose. Although these laws and principles are universal, it is evident that humankind cannot be forced to adhere to them. True service cannot be forced. It can only be realized through loyalty. True freedom is more than an inalienable right granted by man, granted man by man. It is a state of existence both physical and mental, that is governed by one's loyalty to these truths and principles. Our understanding of the law of loyalty can grant us true freedom. In other words, our degree of true freedom depends upon our degree of loyalty to that which we believe in. That which is not destructive to ourselves, our family, our community, our nation, our organization, and the world. We are truly free only as long as our service remains loyal to the truth and principles that we know as true. As we begin to know these truths and live accordingly, we will find that they will set us free. We need to analyze ourselves to find out just where we are weak, where we are most likely to fail, and then seek reinforcement from the creative force love within us. In times such as these, our loyalty will assist us in holding on fast and firm to these truths and principles and create unwavering service to our purpose. For only through our loyalty to the service of these truths and principles will we find ourselves free and in tune, in cooperation with a properly organized team of things. For this reason, humankind's third law of existence is as loyalty, service, and cooperation with an organized team of things. 4, the law of knowledge. What is truth and proper knowledge? We have this type of knowledge when we seek to express less of our personal and selfish desires and more of our ideals in our relationship to our fellow man. True and proper knowledge is the ability to grow and develop in harmony with these universal laws and our principles. Knowledge is power, but when used without wisdom, it can bring about destruction. Therefore, through knowledge, we must also gain the understanding that this law applies to knowledge acquired for righteous endeavor. Of course, we should learn the process of automation and technology because survival in today's society depends upon that particular kind of knowledge. However, it is more important that we acquire the type of knowledge that creates the process of growth and development. Such knowledge is power. Unless knowledge offers us a means to grow and develop in righteous endeavor and the ability to live peacefully with others, then it is improper knowledge. And we are failing to fulfill our true purpose in this world. And I'm going to read it again. Unless knowledge offers us the means to grow and develop in righteous endeavor and the ability to live peacefully with others, then it is improper knowledge, and we are failing to fulfill our true purpose in this world. It is not enough to only be aware of our physical actions. Rather, to know ourselves as complete expression of life is to have knowledge. All that goes from with to without. Have you ever wondered why our first knowledge of life was always in the form of opposites? For instance, the truths of life that we are learned first were opposites like hot, cold, up, down, in, hot, light, dark, cat, dog, boy, girl, and black, white. This way of receiving our first knowledge is natural and worldly in its application. But more than that, it is universal law. That means that people, intelligent life anywhere in the known and unknown universe, can only grow and develop through learning the knowledge of opposites. Our new concept teaches us that true knowledge is the ability to know the ledge of anything from one end to its opposite end, within and without. Knowledge of our principles brings a clearer understanding of our purpose, which then allows us to become a reckoning tower of people. Without true knowledge, we have no reason for existence, and a people without a purpose will soon be extinct. I'm going to read that again. Knowledge of our principles brings a clearer understanding of our purpose, which then allows us to become a reckoning tower of people. Without true knowledge, we have no reason for existence, and a people without a purpose will soon be extinct. A people without a purpose will soon be extinct. For this reason, humankind's fourth law of existence is as knowledge, the ability to grow and develop through study, observation, and application. Number 5, the law of wisdom. The law of wisdom supplies an endless understanding of all things. Wisdom indicates that each person has within himself goals and objectives for the fulfillment of his purpose in life. However, wisdom also indicates that such fulfillment can only be accomplished through growth and development. The law of wisdom governs our ability to judge each degree of any situation, ranging from extremely wrong to barely wrong, and from extremely right to barely right. By looking at it in two situations that are similar in fact, we may judge them differently because we have the wisdom to see the difference between any two situations. Often, you will hear a person say, well, so-and-so did the same thing and such didn't happen to you. This person is surely not using his wisdom. If he would surely understand that all situations, things are different by law. All situations, things are different by law. Therefore, it would not be wise to offer the same judgment in similar situations. It would not be wise to offer the same judgment in similar situations. Especially when our wisdom biases us to see the minute difference of these things. No matter how small the difference may be, it exists. The law of wisdom allows us to recognize no separateness between the one end and the many, but realize that each individual has at least one degree of uniqueness about himself that makes him different from everyone else, although he may be the same as everyone else in all aspects. Through unity, the law of wisdom encourages us to work together toward common goals, even when there seems to be no hope. In this manner, a little wisdom, carefully placed, can tap into greater energies in such a way that thousands can be saved, clothes, shelters, and entire nations can be built. By the same token, the non-use of wisdom hinders us and causes us to move through life in a robot-type behavior pattern. We become purely mechanical in nature, indulging in all the thrills that we desire, but we do not progress. The proper use of wisdom can be seen by those of us whose actions reveal a new direction of self and are living according to the new concept of our new direction. In this manner, wisdom promotes truth, growth, and development. The law of wisdom governs our ability to see 360 degrees of any situation bit by bit, little by little, and degree by degree, until we can see the whole situation and make a wise judgment. Down through the ages, it has been proven that those who had wisdom could manipulate those who were ignorant. I'm going to say it again. Down through the ages, it has been proven that those who had wisdom could manipulate those who were ignorant. However, all wisdom has such power, it must be completely understood that those who use their wisdom for destructive purposes are those who have received devastation in their endeavors on many levels thereof. Make no mistake about it, and I'm going to say it again. However, because wisdom has such power, it must be completely understood that those who use their wisdom for destructive purposes are those who shall receive devastation in their endeavors on many levels thereafter. For this reason, humankind's fifth law of existence is as wisdom, the ability to apply your knowledge wisely. Number 6, the law of understanding. To grow and develop our awareness and the desire for understanding increases. The law of understanding causes us to grow into the nature of those forces outside of our own control. This law supplies us with the ability to reason and allows us to take a rational approach toward life. In this law, it is designed to put things into order, to classify, to see things in the order of cause and effect. The law of understanding rules that small voice in the back of everyone's head and make them aware of the right thing to do, say, and think. The law of understanding is commonly known as our conscience. Because of this, you will often hear a person say, something told me to do it this way. In this manner, everyone has understanding, but few of us see our understanding to its full potential. Why? Perhaps due to our endowment of free will and our desire to do as we please, most of us do not listen to our conscience. You see, the law of understanding our conscience is neutral to our actions, and it never doesn't urge us to act in a certain way. Only will can urge us to act in a given manner. However, because the law of understanding allows us to understand the right things to do and the best direction to take, we can become channels for our ideals if we would only listen to and heed the law of understanding. The most important degree of understanding is respect. Respect for all others as well as yourself and kind. Respect is the attitude of looking quite as deep into the eyes and heart of your fellow man, looking quite as deep into any person or situation that confronts you. Understanding was tempered by respect, going beyond the surface appearance and shallow glances to discover a deeper meaning and purpose for life. Without the attitude of respect for all persons and things, the benefits of the law of understanding cannot be realized, and our ability to become a reckoning power of people is greatly diminished. Therefore, attitude of respect for all persons and things puts the law of understanding into action, and the riches of true growth and development will blossom like 1,000 spring roses. Thus, when our judgment of things is tempered before with respect for that person or thing, we are acting in accordance with the law of understanding and in harmony with love, which is humankind's first law of existence, and the beginning and the end of the 360-degree cycle of life represented by the six-pointed star of David, which is our cycle. For this reason, humankind's sixth law of existence is understanding, the crowning point of all love, all life, all loyalty, all knowledge, and all wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's session concerning the blueprint. I wish we could keep going because I'm going to take I can be here with you all tonight because this is coming from our heart. And when this was put together, it wasn't put together so that we could have a lot of things on the table to bring people in. It was put together because this day was solved 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because we understood, and the chairman understood, that we had to constantly re-educate our people. But then, the question was asked, who would have enough loyalty? Who would have enough understanding? Who would have enough wisdom to continue to teach our people in the right way? We don't have to be there. There's no way this can be misinterpreted. And I tell anybody, somebody comes to you, brother, and you feel that he's trying to mislead you, stop. Go pick up your blueprint. And if he's not feeding you in the same direction that the blueprint is in, walk away from that brother and disregard anything that he ever has to say to you in the future, because he's trying to continue down a negative path as opposed to a positive path, which is what the blueprint is set for, to put us on a positive direction. We don't do the same thing that we used to. If we did, rest assured, we would be now sitting up in a church having a blueprint session so that everybody can get kind of understanding about life. That wouldn't be happening. We'd be sitting up in this church and it'd be guns and knives galore. And we couldn't wait to get out there. That's a tie. Slap some old man in the head. Sack some lady's purse. Wait a minute, brother. New day. We ain't doing that no more. That ain't happening with us. And everybody associate with us. That ain't happening with us. However, because we say growth and development, the concept, book of new concept, from gangster to fighter, to growth and development. Because gangster and fighter is there, now you try to hold that as an insignia, this is some gang activity. Well, like the chairman told me, and I did it. Police, the mayor, president, state legislators, so that they can see the layers. This is not no gang activity. You know what? I've got many tickets for this book. And this book is from the Library of Congress. I've got many tickets in print for gang activity for having that. And for even teaching that, which prolongs my release under parole from prison, even though they didn't want to let me out, because I was there for a crime that they committed. But in 1971, coming off the sixth assassination of the planned assassination of the Black Panther Party, I'm not just saying it's incorrect. You see it for yourself. Every youth during the course of our era was more political. The youth today are more fighting and destructive than we were. So as a result of that, now we got a different thought process. Now we get on the street, you get caught with this the same thing. This gang activity, man, this is a book. But you know what? If you're afraid to stand in the face of that person and put your people on the right track, then you have no reason to live among your people. It's just that simple. Particularly when you see that they're doing wrong. I mean, you can't reach it. Period. And if you can't do that, then hey, brothers will have to learn this life lesson. Like that we all do. And we're doing great in our lives now. Not as great as we'd like to be, but the fact that we sit here says we ain't sitting in the prison chat. And you're ready to go back to that place. There's a lot of that, man. Anytime I have a little open book policy, man. Open door policy. Anytime y'all want to talk to me, whatever it is, if you just want to discuss the blueprint, you just got something on your mind, brother, that you just want to talk to somebody about. All you got to do is hit my line. If I don't have time to make that, I won't. And that's what we all do. Because whether we want to or not, you know, I'm going to keep it. You live in my neighborhood, brother, I'm going to keep it. But when we have that doing nothing they're supposed to be doing, because we won't hear it. Because there's a lot of people today that's afraid to approach brothers out there because, rightly so, because they're going to meet with this. But then it depends on how you go to speak. Because there's only one thing that violence respect, and that's more violence. And when you put so much violence on them, it makes them beg for peace. So they didn't realize you can't handle that violence. You got that faith. But beware that no matter what we do every day that y'all face it, we're going to be confronted with that lunatic friend on a daily basis, no matter where we go. And it's all a matter of how you utilize your understanding of things and how you utilize your wisdom to deal with things. And if you utilize it correctly, can't go wrong. And once we set my calendar for the next blueprint session, y'all be notified. And again, I want to thank all of y'all for attending. And I hope that you guys come out of the same session. I know I did.
Peace and love and service, family. Sorry for that delay. Brother Duffie Clark was ending the transmission. We had lost him off the line, and their connection was cut off as he was ending the delivery of his speech that he was giving family. So we'd like to thank you for joining us here at Pop Movement Radio and for chiming in, family. I'd like to say peace and blessings, love and service. Enjoy your evening.